One good morning, South Korea. I am Dave Everett, also under the name of Youngoo, apparently, according to Youngie, who I met in Melbourne, in Australia. That is, I'm not in Melbourne, Australia at the moment. I'm here, hometown of Kendal, which is roughly about halfway between Manchester City and the border of Scotland. It's about an hour and a half each way to either of the two places. So here we are, I'll tell you a little bit about my hometown, Kendal. Okay, here we are. This is the ruins of Kendal Castle, obviously not being used anymore. The bricks, all the stonework, as you can see, it's rack and ruin. All the stonework was taken away sort of at the turn of the last century to build houses for the rest of Kendal, which is all down here. Kendal is next to the River Kent, and then if we head over in this direction over here, you get over to a region called the Lake District. Amazing fact, it's only got one lake, but still called the Lake District because it has lots of meres, waters, reservoirs, which are basically lakes. And then off in that direction would take it over into Yorkshire, or if you kept going in that direction through the Lake District, you'd eventually hit Scotland, probably about an hour and a half drive away. Other things that go on in Kendal, we're pretty famous in the UK for making a sweet like candy, which is called Kendal mint cake. It's a very sugary and minty, like bar of sugar, really. Used again at the turn of the 20th century by a lot of explorers, sort of Shackleton and Scott the Antarctic, Admustine, who trekked across the South Pole, and people who went up Everest, because it was pretty much the first energy food available. Like you get, I don't know, Lucasade or Power Bar of the, sort of the early 20th century, late 19th century. There we are, that's the weir. You get a lot of salmon down there, and kids swimming in there in the summer, which personally I wouldn't, because it's a bit gross. Gross is a northern word for not very pleasant. This is all the old industrial area where they used to do all the wool. They also used to make snuff, which is still made here, but not in the same quantities. Snuff is like basically a tobacco that people used to put up their nose to clear out. You might have seen it in cowboy films, stuff like that. Kendal's also famous for wool. Well, it was back in the industrial age, and the coat of arms, I suppose. Kendal's coat of arms, Latin saying was Panem Miniharis, which is Latin for wool is our bread. It doesn't mean they ate the wool, it just means that they sold the wool to buy food. You can't eat wool, not to the best of my knowledge. Anyway, we don't in the UK. So there we are, a little bit of Kendal for you. Hope this has been helpful. I apologise for my accent, but this is a Northern English accent as opposed to your very posh London accent. Or you like a Cockney accent from London, down south. There's two other examples. Have a lovely time where you are in South Korea, people. Tally ho!